Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Now, Olight were good enough to send me a couple of new products. Now, these aren't necessarily new products, these are just new to me, or at least new versions and new colours of existing products. And it just got me thinking, about the different products that, I've said products it's about 60 times in those 60 seconds there, products. It just got me thinking about the different lines of items, let's say, that Olight now do, that if you wanted to, if you were a big Olight fan, you could pretty much create your own EDC carry around just one manufacturer. And in fact, I've got a couple of other things that I've got from Olight in the past, or O-Knife, that would kind of illustrate this. And I thought, let's do some good old-fashioned EDC content today, but around some Olight products instead. Now, while I'm just putting that down for a second, so some of these I have made, in fact all of these I have made some kind of dedicated full detailed content in the past, so if you're after a super detailed piece of content, then I'll leave those links below as, so that you can see all of those. Whilst I'm talking about links, usually as far as affiliate links below, I've always had the Olight UK links, but for the first time I'm happy to say I have the Olight UK and Olight North America links below as well. Now, if you're outside of the UK or North America, I'd always recommend, if you have a favourite local YouTuber that is in your region, have a look at theirs, use their links, and it's an amazing way to be able to support their channel instead. Now, the first one, so I've always said that the pen is mightier than the sword, and wherever I go I've always got a pen with me, mainly because digital items are great. You can whip out your phone, you can take some notes really quickly, but that's only if your phone's working. If something's happened to your phone, you can't make any notes, you can pull out a pen and just scribble onto your hand. If you see a road traffic accident, quick, you're there, you've got that down whilst it's still in your memory, and that's why pens will always trump any sort of digital media. Now, as you'd expect, with the O Pen 3, it has some sort of lighting features on here, but mainly it works as a pen, and it's a bolt action pen, because just adding bolt action to anything makes it more kind of cool. But you've got a little J-turn on here, you push that down and then your pen comes out the end. Construction on this made from the same sort of aluminium that they make with their light switch, which is a 6061 T6 aluminium, super robust and also nice and light. These are available in a few different colours. As far as your refills and cartridges, you unscrew the ends or the tip of the barrel here. There's your cartridge. You can buy new cartridges from Olight, but what they have done, which they didn't necessarily need to do, but I do think this is great that they've done it. So you get the cartridge in the pen when it arrives, but you also get a second cartridge inside the box. So don't just throw the box away. Make sure you check in there, because there is a second cartridge in here. Charging it is done, so there is a small battery in this, as you can expect, it's reasonably small. There is a USB Type-C port here, so you do get a USB-C cable when you get this. Now, as far as the lights are concerned, there's actually 3 lights on here. So you have a slider here for the 3 different lights, and then you have your button here which turns the lights on and off. So with this one, it's a kind of forward, or at least a side facing light. Press the button on the side, keep your finger on it, and it will go from the maximum to the lowest. I think the lowest is 2 lumens, the maximum is 120 lumens, and then you've got like a low, medium and high on there. The next light is the one that I was like, oh, this is broken, it's faulty, I can't find this light. So I've now got it on to this second setting, and you turn it on, you're like, where's the light? I can't see the light anywhere. Until you realise the light is on the end. So whilst you're writing, you can actually see what you're writing, if it is that you're writing in the dark. Yeah, I thought it was, no offense to Olight, I thought it was broken, or at least the one when I first reviewed this. I've had a couple of these, so I know where the light is. But yeah, so you turn it on and it's there on the end. So you have the side light, you have the writing light, and then if you push it all the way to the top, at the top here, it actually looks like this is an old-fashioned clicker, but it's not. This is a green laser. So if you've got cats, or if you've got cats in the neighbourhood that you want to annoy, shine this out onto the road. You got that there as well. The other thing that I really do like about this is the pocket clip. So instead of it just being a pocket clip that you normally just have to force it under and then it bends, instead it's actually like a little clip. So you've got a little clip at the top there that you can clip this onto. So that's the Open 3. They also have, this is the Arc Feld Ultra. Now you're thinking, Arc Feld? I thought these were Arc Pro Ultras now. So they are still making the Arc Feld series, which for all intents and purposes is the predecessor to the Arc Pro series. But they are still making these. Now with the jump from the Arc Feld Ultra to the Arc Pro Ultra, they added some things in there around the UI. So with the UI on this, you have your 3 modes on here. You have, just make sure I've got this in the right way. So you have a green laser, you have a white light, which like with most of these you can do a long press and it will change between these. The lowest on here, the Moonlight setting, is 1 lumen, and then on turbo it goes up. Well, that was the wrong one. If I put this on. Oh, you have to change the thing. But if I put this onto turbo, which is 3 clicks, then it goes up to 1400 lumens. And then you also have on here, you have a UV light as well. Now with the jump between the Arc Feld Ultra to the Arc Pro Ultra, they just changed the UI ever so slightly, and the you have a spotlight, you have a floodlight, you also have the laser, and you also have the UV, but the laser button is here on the side. So it made it a little bit easier so that if you wanted to get instant access to the laser, but the UI on this is still a very good UI. And one of the other differences between the Arc Pro Ultra and the Arc Feld Ultra is the Arc Feld Ultra just uses the proprietary magnet charging on the bottom. People are like, oh, you know, I wanted to be able to charge this via USB-C. So the Arc Pro Ultra has the USB-C on the side. This one doesn't, but I will say, in the time that I've used Olight products, because I've got so many of those little charge cables, I have one in pretty much every single bag that I've got, where I've got like a little kind of a toolkitty tech pouch. I've always got one of these in here, and they've never failed on me. Now I know some people are like, oh, I just want to be able to use another charger if I'm out and I need it. For me, I've never really had to do that. It's nice that the Arc Pro Ultras have the USB-C on the side. Have I ever really, until they added the USB-C on the side, have you ever really worried about having this in the bottom? No, not really. It's all worked for me perfectly. Now the differences with the Ultra versions of each of, whether it's the Arc Pro or whether it's the Arc Feld, which is this one, the Ultra versions are their super Gucci versions. So here's one of the knives, which is the Axon, which is the Ion. So the Ion uses the Ultra's the aluminium on here. So Olight have their own aluminium, their own proprietary aluminium, which is called OAL, or Olight aluminium. And the aluminium and way in which they've been able to make this, it shares more properties with titanium than it does with aluminium. So it's super tough, it's super scratch resistant. You can throw this around. In fact, Olight were good enough to send me an Arc Feld Pro and ask me to do a destruction test. I tell you what, I'll leave that little card here so that you can watch this. I brought it out into the woods and absolutely beat the crap out of it. And the only way that I could eventually was just yeeting it at a tree, and there must have been like 7 or 8 attempts throwing it full force against a tree before I could eventually get it to break. So the construction of these is absolutely bomb-proof. Now they've started to release, which is why they've sent me this one, they've started to release different anodized versions of their OALs. When they originally came out, all of the OALs were made in this kind of green khaki colour. It's not really khaki, it's more like a metallic green, but more of a light metallic green, or ranger green. It's like metallic ranger green, I'd say this is probably closer to. But they've started to release different versions of the OAL in different colours, and this is their nice kind of version of that. The UI on these are super simple. The bit that I got stuck on is the bit where I got when I made the initial review of this. And when you get a new one of these, when you do a double press with Olight, usually that is it's usually the turbo mode, where with this one a double press is strobe and a triple press is turbo, but there is a combination of buttons that you can press, and it does say it in the literature, so that you can swap it round, and I always swap it round. It's just the fact that I only got this in a few days ago and I haven't quite swapped it yet. Now these first two I know are definitely on sale as part of their sale, but again, it's just that whole kind of structure that Olight have got now, that they're branching out. You've got O Sight, you've got O Knife, they've all got that O moniker at the beginning of it, but they're kind of developing into this company where if you did want to get a full EDC from them, then you certainly could do. So the other one is the Ion. So this is an OSTAP Hell designed knife for Olight. Again, I have made some full content on this. So I'll some of the details are a little bit sketchy because I'm just trying to remember these. But as far as the material on here, it does say on here. I'm pretty sure that it does. So this is made from a Nitro V, which is a very kind of sturdy steel. It's not up there with like your Magna cuts, where you know these kind of new super steels are coming out, but it's a very trusted and reliable steel. The closure on this, it is a frame lock. So here in the UK, whilst I'm out in my woods, this is my property, I'm allowed to carry this, there's no issues. But I have to make sure that I stress, if it has to be UK legal to carry anywhere, apart from places like, I know, certain public transports or certain government buildings, it has to be 3 inches or less, and it has to be non-locking. So these are perfectly legal to own here in the UK. You just have to be careful where you're carrying these, because with the fact with this one, it is a frame lock. One of the big differences with this one is that the pivot pin is hidden, and I really do like it. It just keeps a very nice kind of clean look to this. Instead, there is an internal frame to this, and then the scales on the outside, which are made from Olight's own proprietary OAL aluminium. The scales on the outside, you have these 4 pins or 4 screws around that then attach the scales to the frame, so that the pivot pin is hidden inside there. But I will say that this is super fidgety, mainly because of just how nice that action is, and it's got a flipper on here. So flippers is a small tab on here. It's not the same as assisted, it's not the same as a flick knife. If you half cock it, it will stop halfway there. It's just an extension of the tang that faces down, so that if you flip this, it will then come out. But what it also then means is it acts as a finger guard here from your finger being able to slide forward. Having a pen, super useful. Having a knife is also super useful. Again, you just have to watch around the legalities here in the UK. This is perfectly legal to own. You just can't take it certain places because it is locking. And then there's a little thing. So when you get your Axon, Aeon, why I've got Axon in my head, it's because I made some content on on a bag the other day. You get one of these coins. I also carry coins with me. I carry dice with me more than I carry coins, but when I don't have my dice with me, I carry a coin. And people are like, well, why would you carry? You're not in the military. You don't need a challenge coin. I know, but I do stupid things. It's part of my tism that I do stupid things. So I'll be like, right, okay. Some of you may have read the book Dice Man. It's linked to that book. I read the book The Dice Man, although I don't do some of the weird thing that he did. But it's stupid stuff. Like I'll be like, right, okay, I'm going to drive home. Shall I stop for a pint before I go home? Let's toss a coin. Coin says yes, then brilliant. I'll stop for a pint on the way home. If it says no, then I don't care. You know, I've not missed out on anything. I'm having something to eat. I've probably had a second portion of whatever it is. Am I fat enough, Randy? Should I have a third portion? Let's leave it to fate. Let's have a laugh. Yes, you should go and have yourself a third portion. If I have a third portion, then I'm probably going to feel a little bit bloated after that. But who cares? It's just a third portion. Or if I don't have it, then, you know, who cares? Yeah, I've already had 2 portions. Whatever I ate was probably really nice, and I'm thinking I should have a third portion. these are why I like coins. I do the same with dice as well. I'll roll the dice, I always carry 2 dice. Should I have another portion? Yes. Or I'm at the pub, I maybe have a couple of pints, I'm within walking distance from home, think to myself, Rand, should I have another pint before I go home? It might be a 3rd pint, roll the dice say no, then that's cool, I'll just go home. So yeah, I like little coins like these. They do seem like silly things to carry, and they are really superfluous, but just for frivolous things like, I don't know, should I have a 2nd portion? Just live life on the edge, just allow fate to decide it, just for some fun. Now the one thing that's missing, now I've got my wallet in here, this is one from Exeter. The one thing that I think that Olight need to get into is just some sort of wallet, because you've got your wallet, you've got your light, you've got your pen, you've got a knife, and you've also got something silly, something frivolous, something that's kind of fidgety in your pocket that would absolutely make this a really nice carry. All of the materials that Olight use are high-end, from a company that is very well trusted. By the way, Olight, if you are watching this and you want to develop a wallet, hit me up. I would absolutely love to talk to you guys about what would be an awesome idea for some things that Olight could make some wallets around. I don't think it needs to have a light in here, but using things like your OAL and some of the other materials that you do use with these, an O-wallet would be... O-wallet! O-wallet, there we go. Right, we're already halfway there, Olight. Get in touch with me and we'll talk about some things that I think we should do to make an O-wallet. I'm going to say this now and somebody's going to put in the comments, Rand, you need to check the Olight website, they've already made some wallets, and I'm like, oh, that's a shame. Anyway, it would have been cool. It would have been amazing, Olight, if you just got in touch beforehand. But yeah, so as I mentioned at the beginning of this is all in conjunction. Olight, I mean, is there a Y at the end of the day? Yes, there is. So there's a good chance that Olight are going to be having a sale. Now, these 2 things specifically, I know are definitely in the sales. Some of the others might be. I'm not too sure, but it's worth checking anyway. But as I mentioned, for the first time, Olight have sent me links for both the UK sale, and I also have an exclusive code below which will get you some extra discount as well. But they've also sent me the North American links as well, so that if you're in North America you can use those links, and if you use the same exclusive code as well, then you'll also get the same discount if you're in North America. As I say, if you're in Europe or any other parts of the world, they are only the 2 links that I can manage to get at the moment, but I definitely recommend, if you've got a favourite local YouTuber that makes content with Olight, obviously they're not going to be as good as me, but if you've got your favourite local to you YouTuber, go to their page and use some of their links instead. It's an absolutely very easy way to be able to support your favouriteest YouTubers out there. Yeah, it's a great way to be able to support our channels. Now, of course, again, all of those links will be below. I'll leave some of my social media links below so you can see more from me here on Moorlander EDC, and my sister channel, Moorlander Tactical. And whether you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. Hi, I'm the Moorlander, and this is Arcfeld Ultra. Sales coming up, and they've sent me some more products. I was gonna do a full review on the... No, that's weird. I've just found a new button on my camera that I didn't realise was there. I thought I knew what that does. What is it doing? I'm not sure what it's doing. Whatever it's doing something. It's nice when you find new things on your cameras, isn't it? Anyway, Moorlander, and this is Moorlander EDC. Now, it's one of the largest sales that they have this year, and no, it's on, which if I put it on, you can see it's on there at the side, but it does have a few different features on here. I'm running out of battery on my camera. Idiot. Should have checked. I tell you what, we'll just do the whole thing again. We might as well. I've got enough batteries on me. Now, I'm going to ask this, because I've asked this on another piece of content. I've come out with my chair today. I don't usually make content where, I do make content where I'm sat down, because all the top-down content where I'm holding it like this, or holding it like this, the top-down, I'm usually sat down. I don't usually make it where I'm sat down in a chair like this. Is this a little too informal? It feels kind of weird for me, because I'm used to standing and talking to the camera. But it's actually weird sitting down, but nice sitting down. Does it, for you guys, you're watching this, does it feel natural me talking to you like this whilst sat down, or does it feel a bit weird? I don't know. If you're watching to the bloopers and you've watched this, then I'd love to hear your thoughts. Anyway, I hope you're all well. I hope you're all having a great week. This is coming out today. I'm filming this today, and this is going to come out later. So I know that it is a Tuesday. I forgot that it was a Tuesday. So yeah, I hope you're all well. I hope you're having a good Tuesday. There'll be some more content tomorrow. I'll double drop this week. Yeah. All right. Cool. See you soon. Love you lots. Go on, bugger off. Get out of my woods. Get out of my pub. If you get that reference, it's because you're 1, old, and 2, cool. Anyway, see you in a bit.